Alright, I'm going to attempt to try and fix the startup rattle I've been having with this thing, using these two products. So when I grabbed this car, it had very little service history for the past 70,000 kilometers. The oil was terrible. The current oil's been in it for about 5,000 kilometers, and it's done a good job of cleaning the internals out, but we can do better. It sounds like it's making a bit of a rattle from the timing, the cam chain rather. So we can get rid of this. So being the 16 valve, it has a small chain connecting the two camshafts. You can see the exhaust camshaft is driven by the belt, and there's a chain and tensioner under here connecting the intake cam on the other side. Now I hear a lot that this chain should last a long time, upwards of 400,000 to 500,000 kilometers without an issue, but given the history on this car, possible many short trips, having done only 178,000 in the past 16 years. Yeah, anything, could be anything. So my theory is that either the tensioner's getting lazy or the chain's slack, but given the chain is only very short, the chances of it becoming loose are pretty slim. So I'm gonna try and flush any junk that might be blocking the tensioner and preventing it from pumping up straight away and gaining tension. And I've also settled for a lower cold start viscosity this time. It's currently got 15W40, just regular diesel oil, which is probably not the best for these engines, but I'm going with something more suitable as well. Hopefully the cold starting viscosity will help with the oil flow issues that we seem to be having. That said, it does also make the same noise on hot start sometimes. Usually when it's been sat upwards of half an hour. It's currently been sat 10 minutes. See if we can hear it. Not really. But from cold it sounds like this. I just wanted to give a quick demonstration as well what it sounds like hot. So when it's up to temperature and running normally, you can still hear the chain, but it appears to be quite normal on these engines. Like a slight dragging sound you can hear, typical of a timing chain really. So there are no crazy noises during normal operation, which is nice to know at least. It's otherwise healthy and smooth. It's just that startup. That noise I've not been able to find on any other videos on this engine. Anything about it online. Seems to be quite unique to this vehicle. With the skid pan out the way, let's have a look at this oil. There we go. I'm not sure if it's the original drain plug, but it's really tight to get to, and I find these old spark plug keys work perfect. Oh, yeah. It's looking pretty average for a diesel, to be fair. Time to get out that beautifully located oil filter. These make the job relatively easy. Really? Guess we don't need it. So much easier, the handle's literally half the size now. Time to make a mess. Ugh. For 5,000 kilometers, that's looking pretty dark. It's only what, 3,000 miles? Nothing crazy in there though. Just looks dark. Usual diesel-y stuff. So I just thought of the ultimate test to try this stuff out. So before I add this stuff, I'm about to add some clean oil. Rather than add this to the old oil, we'll let it run for 5 minutes with the clean oil. We'll check how dark it is, see what the clean oil alone has stripped out, and then I'll add this for 10 minutes. So maybe I should run the clean oil for 10 minutes and then I'll add this for 10 minutes. And we'll see what happens to the oil during that time. See just how well this stuff works as opposed to just clean oil. With that new clean oil, thick cold oil added, and a dry, well, it's the old but dry oil filter housing. Let's see if we can replicate that Rattle nice. I keep banging on about. A little bit. Not too bad though. Just gonna let that clean stuff circulate first. You can really hear that chain buzzing away from here, which is apparently normal. It's a bit loud in my opinion though. Right, it's been 10 minutes now. Check the condition of the oil. Pretty clean. That's probably just from the old filter that's in there. It's alright. Oh. We'll keep that for reference. goes. Pretty blow though. I don't think we'll use that. Give it another turn. As far as engine flushes go, it's actually quite thick and greasy. It's like a thin oil rather than a kerosene base. Five minutes in so far. Might be sounding a little bit quieter. Don't seem to have done anything the plain old oil hasn't done so far. Let's get it splashing a bit. Here's the 5,000 kilometre old oil. So I reckon that cleaned everything out. Because even for a diesel, it's pretty bad for 5Ks. All highway as well. Get rid of this. 10 minutes in so far, and it is starting to get darker versus oil alone. So it does look like it's doing something, but the question is, would oil alone, left for another 10 minutes, achieve the same result? It's been in there for just over 15 minutes now, so let's check again. Darker still. It's definitely starting to darken. Up to about 17 minutes so far. We'll compare that. It's just the oil. We'll wait for this to disperse a bit more. It's been just over 20 minutes now, double the recommendation. Yeah. I'm going to set it down now and we'll check the final result. It's definitely much darker. So I have 10 minutes of just oil, and then another 10 minutes with the additive, or roughly 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes with the additive. So I'll let those disperse and see how they look. Alright, it's now drained, new filter's in. Let's have a look. What did we get out? Now I have a feeling that might have actually done something. That's a 20-minute old oil. It's fairly dark. Now these have all been sat for about half an hour now at least. There's the oil only. The 10 minutes with the detox and 20 minutes with the detox. It's not too much in it. Although this definitely is the darkest. Now I'll fill this with clean oil and give it a good shake. Maybe another one. Should be all of it. Takes 5.25 litres. So a full 5 litre bottle plus a bottle of liquid moly is 5.3, which is close enough. This is 10 litres though, so I'll get 2 fills out of this. About a litre. ball. Well, the 540 is much thinner than the 1540 and the 1040 that was in here earlier. At room temp, that is. I have a feeling it's going to do the rattle. There it is. And there it goes. It's definitely coming from the timing chain area, the cam chain. Really makes it no quieter. Pure liquid moly that. Makes the oil look dirty immediately. So did we make any difference? So far so good, but we'll have to wait until cold start in the morning. Certainly feels smoother. Alright, that is definitely much smoother. The vibrations past about 3000 RPM are long gone. I'm going to keep driving this. Just going to take it to the top of the hill, spin it round. Yeah, it definitely feels smoother. Whether that's the oil, the correct grade oil that I'm using, has made a difference, I don't know. We won't find out if it's made any difference to the cold start rattle until the morning. But if it has made any difference at all, it does confirm that it is internal, the noise. I've had a few suggestions, such as the alternator pulley, the dual mass flywheel, which is getting a little bit sketchy. It's juddering a bit at low revs. But yeah, if we have any change in sound in the morning, that does confirm that it is internal and it is oil and possibly oil pressure related. Smooth. Nice. Alright, let's find out if it made any difference. It's now the morning after. It's 14 degrees now. It's warmed up a bit. Nah, it's the same.